Hey, my name is Jamie Aaron, and today I'm going to show you a simple system to learn the note names up and down the entire fretboard. This is something that guitar players often struggle with, even guitar players who can play a lot of different scales and chords and songs. Using this simple system that involves just a little bit of music theory, you'll be able to name all the notes up and down the entire fretboard, which will unlock new scales, new chords, and you'll be able to just play in any key, and it'll really open up visually and musically the entire fretboard and allow you to become a much better, much stronger, and much more fluent guitar player and musician. So along with sight reading, being able to identify the names of the notes up and down the fretboard is something that a lot of guitar players struggle with. I talk to a lot of students who can play a lot of great stuff on the guitar, but when I ask them to play a specific note, they aren't sure where it is on the fretboard. And this can be changed with just a few simple steps. So let's first examine why this is difficult on the guitar. So the thing about the guitar, unlike the piano, where out of all the keys on the piano, the same note, this E above middle C, happens just one time, on the guitar, the same pitch, the same E happens 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if you have a 24 fret shredder guitar, 6 times. So if you're reading something and you see you have to jump from E to G, and you know that this is an E, but this is the only G you know, that's not the most efficient way to play guitar if there's a G nearby. So it's a little more difficult for us at the beginning of learning because we have the same pitch so many times, not like a piano where that pitch happens one time in all the keys. But once we learn it, it can really make things a lot easier on the guitar. So here's how we're going to learn the names of the notes up and down the entire fretboard. The first step is just to know the names of the open strings. So let's check out the names of the open strings. You probably already know this. Starting on the lowest pitch string, the 6th string, E, A, D, G, B, and E. Those are the pitches of the strings open or without any frets. If you have a hard time remembering this, you can think of eat a darn good breakfast early. Eat a darn good breakfast early. So that's step 1, knowing the names of the notes of the open strings. Like I said, that's probably something you already know. Step 2 will be using the C major scale as a device for learning the names of the notes up and down the fretboard. So the C major scale is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. No accidentals, meaning no sharps or no flats. So the C major scale is made up of a combination of half steps and whole steps. The pattern goes whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. So we see that the half steps in the C major scale happen between E and F and B and C. And if you look at the piano keys, you'll see that there aren't any black keys or accidentals, sharps or flats, between E and F and B and C. The C major scale is all white keys on the piano. This pattern will be very important to know. On the guitar, a whole step means you're going up 2 frets or skipping a fret. For example, the 3rd fret to the 5th fret is a whole step. A half step is just going up 1 fret. So not skipping any frets. So let's do that C major scale, but instead of starting on C, we're going to start with our open E string. So a C major scale starting on E and going up to E would be E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. And when we play, we're going to play entirely up the 6th string. So we're going to learn these notes up and down the fretboard using just 1 string at a time. We have 6 strings, but you really want to get 1 string down before moving on to the next. So let's start with the low E string, or the 6th string. So we know this string open is an E. And we also know, looking at the C major scale, between E and F and B and C, it's a half step, which means we'll go up 1 fret. And between all other notes, we'll go up 2 frets, or up a whole step. So we start with an E. So right off the bat, we're going to go up a half step because E to F, that's one of our half steps. So this first fret is F. F to G, that's a whole step. So we're going to the 3rd fret. G to A, another whole step. So we'll go to the 5th fret. That's an A. A to B, another whole step. That takes us up to the 7th fret. Now B to C, there's our half step. So we'll just go from the 7th fret, B, to the 8th fret, C. Now C to D, whole step, and D to E, another whole step. And that takes us all the way to the octave point. So the 12th fret on the guitar is the same pitch as the open string, but an octave higher. And you'll notice on your guitar, you'll probably see 2 dots as the fret marker. That's an indication that it's an octave. Some guitars have other special inlays to show you that you've gone up an octave, but the 12th fret is the octave mark. And then everything beyond the 12th fret is everything you've already played, just a mini version of the guitar neck. So it just repeats the same notes again in the same pattern, but up an octave higher. For the purpose of this exercise, we're just going to go from the open string up 1 octave to the 12th fret. So let's review the 6th string. E, open. F, 1st fret. G, 3rd fret. A, 5th fret. B, 7th fret. C, 8th fret. D, 10th fret. E, 12th fret. So remember, throughout this whole thing, we know that this open string is an E, and we're always going to be skipping a fret except between E and F and B and C. So my recommendation to practice this and get under your fingers is to go up and down, saying, playing, and looking at the notes, because you really want to lock in visually where those notes are, how they sound, and what frets they lie upon. So do this. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. Take it backwards. E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E. You can also try it with the numbers. Open, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12. Now you would never actually play the guitar just riding up and down one string. You'd play across. But in this case, we're using this as a tool to learn the names of the notes up and down the fretboard. So with this knowledge, you can apply it to all the other strings. So you may be wondering, well, what are the notes that we're skipping? For instance, what's this note on the 2nd fret? If we know that F is at the 1st fret and G is at the 3rd fret, what's this note at the 2nd fret? Well, that note is either going to be F sharp or G flat, and that name depends on the key. So between F and G, it's either F sharp or 1 half step higher than F, or G flat, a half step lower than G. So that's how you can fill in all the rest of the notes up and down the fretboard. So let's just run through quickly all the other strings. The 5th string is A. We know it's A open. So A to B, that's going to be a whole step. Takes me to the 2nd fret. B to C, that's going to be a half step. There's one of our half steps. C to D is a whole step. Takes us to the 5th fret. D to E, whole step. 7th fret. E to F, now there's one of our half steps. E to F takes us to the 8th fret. F to G, whole step, takes us to the 10th fret. And G to A, another whole step. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. And remember, with all these, you're not playing an A major scale, you're playing a C major scale, but we're just starting on the pitch of the open string. So let's look at the D string. D open, which means we're going to go up a whole step. We're skipping a fret to E. E to F, that's our half step. F to G. G to A to B. Now we have B to C, there's our half step, so we're just going to go up one fret. There's C and D. Open, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 12. Let's do the third string, G. Open, G. A is at the 2nd fret. B is at the 4th fret. Now B to C, that's a half step. Then we'll go up a whole step to D, whole step to E, E to F, there's our half step, and then a whole step to G. The second string, B. Now we're going to start right off the bat with a half step, B to C. C to D is a whole step, D to E is a whole step, E to F is a half step, F to G, G to A to B, all whole steps there. B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. And now we're going to look at the open E string. Oh wait, we've already done that. That was the 6th string. So you've already learned that string. So when you get to the high E, you can just review what you already know from the low 6th string. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. So how do you practice this? So my recommendation is to take one string and learn it really well. If that takes you a day, if it takes you a week, if it takes you a month, be able to name all the names of all the notes up and down one string at a time. So start with the low E string, the 6th string. And when you get comfortable with that, then move on to the 5th string, then the 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, and you can review E again on the 1st string. And once you feel comfortable with it, playing it both up and down, and being able to fill in the accidentals, you can give yourself a little test. Make flashcards of all the notes, and then make flashcards for all the strings. So you can pull out a flashcard that'll say G on the 2nd string, and you have to find a G on the 2nd string. So you can even go through the process. B, C, D, E, F, G, G. And eventually it'll just be second nature. G on the 2nd string, boom, right there. Another way is you can get just flashcards of all the notes. So you pull up a card, B flat on every string, and then you'll have to find a B flat on every string. So B flat, B flat, B flat, B flat, B flat, B flat, and identify that particular pitch on all 6 strings. It'll really open up the fretboard. You'll be able to see all the notes wherever they lie, and if somebody says play this note, you'll find the most efficient place and the best place to play chords, to play solos, to play lines, and it also really helps with sight reading to totally open up the fretboard and have fluency on the guitar. Thank you for watching this video. Please click subscribe. I put out videos every week and you don't want to miss any other videos. Thanks for watching.